What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Here We Golf. I'm Dan.
I'm Jay.
It's Masters Week.
It is Masters Week.
Finally Masters Week.
And we are very excited for it.
This is the Masters preview in association with FanTeam.com. FanTeam is Europe's leading daily fantasy sports website, and they do an offering every week with a PGA Tour game. If you sign up through our link in the description below, you'll get a free entry into the £2 game for the Masters this week. And if you make a deposit and play, you'll get a free entry into the £12 game as well. It's a massive prize pool this week. Compared to normal standards, the prize pool is £7,500. So get yourself in, get yourself playing, listen along to this podcast. We will give you some insights and ideas on who to pick, why you need to pick them, all the stats around Augusta, and why people perform well there, and we'll see how we get on.
Let's get into it. Obviously, last week was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it?
Valero.
Yeah, it just felt like it was such a tough pick, but we had it in the bag with all of our stats, and we could have easily picked a team that would have been top 10.
Yeah,
but we didn't. we went rogue a little bit, didn't we? And it did not pay off.
Well, we didn't go rogue. I got blinded by the week before Tommy getting his putter just came alive, didn't he? And then his approach game fell to shit.
Yeah,
he's come up with the theory that if it all comes together, he'll play well, and he didn't.
I mean, he played well first few days, and then third day no good. Last day, whoa, a case of the shanks.
Yeah, 9 over last day, wasn't
it? Yeah.
Horrendous.
He was.
That's very un-Tommy like, because even on a bad day, he's usually like able to keep it together.
Yeah, he just lost his head, didn't he? And yeah, it was pretty much bogey or double on every hole. Well, for him,
by his standards,
net bogey.
Yeah, dreadful. But that cost us from a fan team perspective, because we had him as captain, didn't we?
I won't be putting him in anymore either.
No,
Putting missed the cut.
I tweaked my team as well because I picked up Manacero. You talked me out of it.
Yeah.
But then when I tweaked my team, I had to drop down to him to get to afford the changes I made.
Yeah.
And then he got started off great first 2 days. I thought, fucking hell. And then literally last like 5 or 6 holes on the second round, he just capitulated and missed the cut.
Standard. Same with Burns. Burns was right up there after the first couple of days, and he lost his head.
Well, picked up on the weekend, didn't it?
The diamond in the rough. Aaron Baddeley. Yeah, 3-0 first day, never recovered.
Absolute biff. What we're doing picking him.
I know, crazy.
Absolute crazy. So that team that we thought was a team was not a team.
It was not a team, but the team could have been good if we had stuck to our actual noggins.
Yeah.
Used our heads.
Actually listened to ourselves.
Yeah, instead of just
start trying to.
So if you had listened to us, you might have done well. But the fact that we didn't listen to ourselves and just went rogue, Darren Brown over here with Tommy.
Hypnotising.
Yeah, literally, I was like this. Tommy. I said, my first comment was, I'm not picking Tommy. He's not going to win. And you said, Tommy, he's going to be captain and everything. Mental. Anyway, enough about last week.
There you go.
One to forget.
Should we move on?
Let's concentrate on the biggest event in sports entertainment at Augusta National. The Masters.
The Masters.
The Masters.
Let's get into that then. So just quickly, the demands of Augusta then. So it's a par 72, stretches 7,555 yards in recent years. So it is a lengthy one.
Mm-hmm.
Very fast bent grass greens, and a layout that favours second shot precision.
Yeah.
Like, not too punishing off the tee, but you need to be accurate with your approach shots.
Like Tommy Fleetwood.
Well, we'll come into it, but he's high up on my model for that reason. I think if you whether you put last week as an anomaly, but we'll come into that. So second stroke approach shots and greens and regs are pretty critical.
Yeah.
And then putting as well, just due to the absolute speed of the greens and the undulations. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Some pretty horrendous pin placements as well at times as well.
Absolutely.
So we're looking into that. We've also got things like the fact that no first timers won it since Fuzzy Zeller in 1979. So we need a bit of need to be looking at a bit of course history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what have you sorted your model out? Have you got anything that you're focusing on this week?
Strangely, my model is, well, not strangely, it's heavily weighted towards the good players, which is obvious. So the likes of Scotty, Xander, Rory, top three in my model, which is
To be
standard.
expected, yeah.
Hideki, Colin, Bob Max made its way up there, and I don't know how, to be honest, because he's never played here before, and I weighted it heavily on course history. But he must be good. I don't know whether I should have weighted it heavily on a weighted, sorry, a weighted model with the field. If that means anything to anyone, that didn't mean anything to me.
Bob Mack has played here twice before.
Was he?
22.
How did he go?
Finished tied for 12th and 23rd. So that'll explain that.
Yeah, it does. Explains it completely. But yeah. So I've gone heavily on strokes. Let me just get this up again. I'm sorry for the. So I've gone 15% Augusta National course history, just because of its history and everything like that. You've got to be. It's a different beast.
Yeah, you need to have played all around there, really.
Definitely. Strokes gained on approach, strokes gained around the green, strokes gained putting, and par fives.
Yeah.
Scoring on par fives.
Main birdie opportunities, aren't they?
Yeah. So that's my team, and that's my model, sorry. And for me, I'm not going to go fully stars. I think I've got to go as balanced as I can, because if you try and fit all stars in, then you goose, aren't you? I think it's going to be one star. And as I've said for the past few weeks, I think Rory's going to win the Masters. I think he's going to hit the career Grand Slam, and
be about time, won't it?
I think I've been saying it for years, but I do think I'd like to see Rory do it this week.
Feels like his form this year feels a bit different, doesn't it?
For me, yeah.
And all is off the course, ramblings,
yapping,
yeah, whittering on.
But I think he's also putting better as well. So come on, Rory starts well, Rory wins. You've heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Our models are going to be very similar this week. Mine's very similar. Got a bit of bogey avoidance in there, and greens in reg as well, just to say, because the approach play is important.
Yeah.
Tough sort of place to scramble, really, because of the speed of the greens and stuff. So yeah, all very much the same. So, do you want to go into who you're picking and why, or do you want to go down the leaderboard? I think the leaderboard would be good. Starting at most expensive price-wise, yeah. Yeah, so just if you haven't played before and you're getting into this for the first time, just quickly, so you get a budget of 100. We call it monies. You've got 6 players, and it's dead simple. You've got to fit the best team you can in with the budget that you've got. Points are gained for birdies, eagles, and pars, and then obviously you're losing points if you're dropping shots and missing cuts. So if you get players that miss the cut, obviously they're not going to score on the weekend. So ideally, you want to get as many players who are at the biggest upside in terms of making cuts, and then maybe a couple of players there who are going to excel and be in contention to win. You've got to try and find a balance. So yeah,
we found when playing FanTeam that the biggest, if you couple of players miss cuts, you've got absolutely no chance of doing well in the final day, have you?
No.
If all players make you cut, you're in with a shout. But
I think that this is a week as well where it's a slightly smaller field, and it's a top quality field.
Yeah.
That there's going to be, I think there'll be plenty of people who get 6 out of 6 making the cut this week. Yeah. So you're gonna need to sort of get into the weekend with all your players there to be in with a shout. But it's worth it. It's good fun.
And if you sign up with our link, you get a free ticket, a free entry. And if you make a paid entry, you get a free entry into next week as well. So please feel free. The link is in the description. It's also on the QR code up here as well. So let's go. So page 1, you've got a wealth of talent here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's elite, isn't it?
It's probably the best FanTeam page 1 we've ever seen.
Big fan of it.
Big FanTeam of it.
Got many players off it though?
One. I can't fit any more than one in because everyone's nearly 20 million.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Rory McIlroy is my one pick, and that's due to his Masters victory elect.
What about Scotty? Not going Scotty this week? Aye.
I'd love to do Scotty and Rory, but it's not going to happen me. So I had to go with one of them. I have gone this side of the pond. What have you gone with? The other side of the pond?
Well, I think he's going to be popular. So I'm ignoring him on the basis that he's going to be quite highly owned. I want to be in with a shout of winning it. So if Scotty does, what I'm kind of banking on basically Scotty not doing well. Obviously that's a bit of a risk. But if he doesn't do well, then I'm hoping the guys that I've picked will be able to come in place of him. So yeah, he looks pretty certain to be thereabouts again this year, doesn't he? His all-round game, he's got the ball striking, he's got tee to green. He has improved with his putting. He's obviously had a slow start to the year with his hand injury, but has bounced back recently, hasn't he? Starting to look like normal Scotty. So yeah, he's leading the way in shots gained, really, in total. Greens and reg. He needs a sharp putter, which is probably going to be the case. He's won 2 of the last 3 years, hasn't he? So it's hard to make a case against him, other than the fact that in FanTeam, the highest percentage players is not really a tactic I want to go with this week. And the same goes with Rory.
Yeah. For me, the neck and neck. I just think Rory's form's a little bit better than Scotty's. I know he came second last time out, but he still was suffering with his hand injury. So it's a toss up. And if I was able to predict the future, I'd probably know better. But it's the same as picking the lottery numbers for me, this one. What do you think of Morikawa's chances? Because he's in form, isn't he?
Yeah, strong consideration for me. Very much possible captaincy option. He's just got it. He's got it around Augusta.
Yeah.
Let me just pull his. His iron play is ridiculous. He's had a tie for third here previously. Consistent in majors as well. So he's got the bottle. He's got the stones to play well here. And he's, as I say, his iron game, his approach, his putting could be improved on. But I do like him this week. His last few starts, he's had a couple of seconds, a couple of 17ths, and a tie for 10th.
Unbelievable. Still amazing. He was massively in consideration for me as well, but I've gone so balanced that I can't fit him in. I haven't got anyone who I don't think is going to make the cut, because I think it's so important this week to get 6 across the line.
Yeah, I do. I think Colin can get his first green jacket this week.
So is he your first pick then?
Yeah, first name on the team sheet as it stands. I don't like Ludwig this week. I think he's just not shown enough this year.
No,
first 18 months absolutely burst onto the scene. Played well here last year, so he'll come up on models because of his Augusta form, but he's not shown enough lately. And he's had another missed cut this week at the Valero.
He did, And strange as well, because coming off the Genesis, I thought he was going to kick on, but he just didn't. He just hasn't, has he? He sort of lost a bit of form. I don't know, the Tiger Woods effect when he's met him and stood next to him. It just knocked him off. John Rahm.
Sort of thing. Yeah. It's easy to. He's a player easy to forget because he's out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. But he's got 100% top 10 since he's moved over to live, and he's playing well. Another top 10 yesterday, and finishing at Miami.
He's bombing drives as well.
Yeah, he's got a scoring average at Augusta of 70.13. Strong scrambler. Won here before. Strong contender, but at the price, you'd like to see him having a bit of form in competitive fields.
Yeah,
with the other guys.
It's a very depleted field, the live field. Although you've got major champions in there, it's not. You've also got a few no marks in there, and it's a much smaller field as well, isn't it? So for me, it's not an indicator of how well you're playing at the moment. Getting top 10s, because top 10 in the PGA Tour is so much better than getting a top 10 and live. You can't discount him though whatsoever. He's although his world ranking is 80 for obvious reasons. It's
yeah, well, he's
definitely
not getting
not
points,
there,
is he? No, yeah, you can't knock his credentials, but you just don't know how he's performing in this sort of field, do you?
No.
And for that reason,
I'm
out.
Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, the guys are the guys are mad one, isn't he? You just look at a what's in the bag with Bryson versus a what's in the bag with like Morikawa. Morikawa is full of like normal clubs. Bryson's is not full of normal clubs whatsoever. It's just
released a new driver last week, didn't he? With LA Golf.
Crazy.
The curved face. But again, he's in, like the same as John Rahm. I mean, and he proved last year that it'd be followed to rule him out because he went on one, didn't he, at the US Open? But what a finish to the tournament that was, by the way. But yeah, like he's not pulling up any trees on live this season, so I can't pick him. And he's not exactly pulled up trees around Augusta. I think his best finish is tied for 10th.
I think he leans on his driving a lot. For me, he's a great putter. But his drive, he gets so much distance off the tee. I don't think you need that round here. You need to be
strategy in it.
You need to plot your way around it. Yeah,
he's too aggressive. I think. A few years ago now, when he was everyone's go-to for, like, no one liked him, and he was saying like he thought Augusta was a par 60 or something. He said for him something stupid like that, and then he came out, missed the cut, and backfired massively. So that's just like he's obviously a changed person now, like, but don't just think he's too aggressive for Augusta.
Yeah, I agree. Xander Schauffele. Yeah,
another consideration for my team here. He's had his rib injury, hasn't he, this season? So it's hard to tell where his game's fully at, but he's had a tie for 12th at the Valspar. And he's won the last two majors as well. Yeah. So this could be his chance of 3 in a row.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. He's got a 71.3 score on average at Augusta. But he doesn't really go low. He's like a tick along player.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wouldn't captain him, but I certainly think he's got the game to just be thereabouts. He's had 5 top 10s in his 8 starts at Augusta as well, which is.
And you're looking at number 3 in the world at 5 million less than Scotty. It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite value when you're looking at it that way, but still no one on this first page makes it for me. Even 17 million's too high, and that's Tyrrell.
Yeah, I love Tyrrell Hatton, but I'm going to save him later in the season, I think. And he's not been showing enough on live last couple of weeks either. No. You got the likes of Spieth in there. Just that.
I'd put in Spieth.
Iconic with Augusta.
I'd have him in my team if he wasn't 18 million. I think he's far too much for where he's at in the moment. He's not one to.
He's too erratic and all over the place, isn't he?
But he could do a madness and shoot at 62 on the second day and just be riding it, and then just come charging in the last day. But for me, it's just you never know what speed he's going to get, whether he's going to capitulate on the last day, whether he's going to do it.
Yep.
So with the strategy this week of guaranteed cut makers, not for me.
Too much risk there, isn't it?
Same with Hovland. He won the other week out of nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah.
Is he going to do that again?
You need to see
Probably
that.
not.
That's not just a flash in the pan and he's back. I'd like to hope that he's back because he's class. I say he's back. He's still 9th in the world. It's not exactly a dreadful place to be, is it? But he's had a rough couple of years. Other players up there of note: Matsuyama, former Green Jacket winner. Yeah, he's fell off a bit though. He's missed the last 2 cuts.
Yes.
But then comes high up on the model. But obviously, there's a lot of course history in that. Yeah. His putter is cold, losing strokes in 6 of the last 7 events.
Yeah, to get out of the fridge.
Yep. Approach, losing strokes in 5 of the last 6 as well.
Justin Thomas as well. He's one I looked at before. I think he's got good value. Could go low. He doesn't let the pressure get to him. But again, I need
second last time out of the Valspar. gaining strokes everywhere. He gained 12 strokes at the Valspar in total.
And it was a tough ask about Valspar, wasn't it? It wasn't easy. The scores weren't ridiculous. You saw Tommy, what happened to Tommy. So,
but yeah, he is playing well. Like, he's had a couple of seconds there this year now, 6th and 9th. There's no reason why he can't be sort of. And you go back to the Hero as well. He finished 3rd and then 2nd at the Zozo, so it's consistent now for quite a sustained period of time. So he's going to be a solid pick if you want someone who's going to make the course. He'll have to blow up and show something uncharacteristic to let you down there.
No, I agree.
Anything else on that page? Neiman's flavour of the month, isn't he?
He is, and according to was it Mickelson, that he's the best player in the world.
In the world. Yeah, not sure about that. Like, don't get me wrong, like him.
He's class, but yeah,
way down on the model.
You need to see it on the PGA Tour for me.
49th on my model, which in this field is not enough.
Talking about Top Gear, Captain Slow, Patrick Cantley, he's a bit of a dark horse for this for me. He's slowly meandering along,
as he always does.
Literally,
yeah.
But his form's good. 17.4 million is too expensive for me, but you know.
Where's he on your model?
Way down.
29th for me. Yeah. He's never one that I just consider. I just don't like him.
No, we know.
But yeah, gaining strokes on approach, and tee to green. His putter is hit and miss. Gains strokes some weeks, loses it the next. But I think there's probably better value picks than him.
Yeah.
17.4. Tommy. Not after last week. That was
not at all. I'd probably be convinced to put Tommy in and captain him after this chat. No. Everton fans.
Apologise for anyone who I broke Tommy Fleetwood.
But yeah, no, not for me. He's not definitely not on my radar this week. But commentators curse and all. Love to see you win it, Tommy. Not that you're watching it. Tommy Fleetwood sat at home watching this in Dubai.
Look at that. Like, the Valspar. It's infuriating, Tommy. It's infuriating. Gained 5.8, nearly 6 strokes at the Valspar. Last week at the Valero, he lost 5. Like, come on, lad. Come on, get it together. Just all together at once. I'm not picking you this week, but I want you to win. Come on, lad. Good lad.
Are we on page 2?
Let's go, page 2.
So this is where I've come into my own on page 2. Well, I'm not coming to my own at all. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I've picked 3 on page 2.
Blowing his own trumpet here.
Russell Henley, for me, his form is great. He's won recently. He's high in my model. He's up to 7th in the world. And he is at 16.8 monies. And I just think that's absolute value.
Right.
So yeah, another player who's right on my radar here is Min-Woo Lee. Woo! He's
got off the mark, hasn't he?
He's off the mark. Best time to hit some form. Up to 23 in the world.
He's 13th in my model.
Yeah.
Yep. 20th the time before that at the Players. Just good solid pick. Gaining strokes regularly in putting. Bit of hit and miss on approach. Look back for the Arnold Palmer, for example, he's lost 8 strokes on approach there when he missed the cut that week. So want to see a bit more consistency from him.
Yeah.
And Masters history again. He's had a 14th and a 22nd, but he's also got a missed cut in there. So obviously he's got explosive potential.
Oh yeah.
But you don't know which Min-Woo Lee's going to turn up, and for that reason, I'm out.
Fair enough. Cam Smith, for me, he's either him or Min-Woo Lee. He's massively high on my model, especially putting, and you need to be a good putter.
Cam Smith of Liv, Aussie.
Yeah.
Don't like him.
You don't for this week?
Not this week.
Fair enough.
Losing strokes on approach every week on Liv. His putter saves him. Like he's an elite putter, isn't he? He's one of the best.
That's the reason being, because of the putting stats. I think the Masters, Augusta's greens are like no other greens, are they? Yeah, so for me, it's either a tie-up between Min Woo Lee or Cam Smith.
Got a good record around here.
Yeah.
2nd, 3rd, the 10th and the 6th in there in his last 5. So.
And these live players want to show up, don't they? They need it for world ranking points. Because Cam Smith, it's so annoying seeing like 127th in the world for these top players, isn't it? Akshay doesn't get a mention for me at all. He's nowhere near me.
No, not for me.
Bob Mack, though, on the other hand.
Absolutely, Bob Mack.
Bob Mack is in the team.
Strong consideration this week. Is he in? Is he a lock?
He's definitely locked in for me, yeah.
Locked
16 million.
Loaded.
World ranking of 17. Played well past few events. Yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, one missed cut in there at the Genesis, but aside from that, he's had a 6th, 11th, 9th. The 9th last time was a bit of a letdown, really, at the Porsche Singapore. Like, he was streets ahead in terms of that field. You'd have expected him to win that, but
yeah,
he was a bit sort of stuck, like, just couldn't really get it going.
It's probably the jet lag, though, isn't it? It's a lot of travelling.
Traveling.
But to be honest, though, was it the PGA where he was coming steaming at the end? For me, it was like, that was impressive, given the field. So if he can translate it to this week, then he's got a chance, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in me sort of draft team at the minute. I like him a lot. Ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
His approach to play, his putting, and yeah, just general recent form. And he's had a couple of good finishes in his 2 events here.
Yeah.
He's not played here the last 2 years, but in 21-22 he's had a 12th and 23rd. So appears like reasonable value at 16, I think.
Massive value, and he's not getting any younger, and that's not a bad thing, really. I think the more experience you get at Augusta, the better you're going to play, and he's still relatively new, isn't he, to his career? But yeah, definitely a consideration for me. Definitely locked in for me.
Locked in, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one I'm considering potentially is Corey Connors. Just been playing well this year, like just constantly ticking along nicely.
He didn't pull up any trees last week, but he, I think, I just don't know whether the field's too big for him this week. The model suggests he's not going to do well.
16th on mine. Yeah, like he gained his last 4 events. He's gained strokes in every category apart from losing 0.9 of a stroke at the Valero last week.
Yeah.
And in that time, he's had the 3rd, 6th, 8th, and 18th. Like, he's consistently playing well. Bit hit and miss in his Masters record, though. But then, as he played this well in the past, he has a 6th, an 8th, and a 10th here. So he can play well here. Just his last 2, he hasn't played so well. But
that's impressive.
Yeah, I do like him. Corey Connors on that page.
Tony Finau off a hole-in-one of the last...
to make the cut, yeah.
That was something else, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be picking him this week, though, I don't think.
No. 3 top 10s around here. Not doing enough, though, is he?
I think it's his form.
Yeah.
More the eye test for me this week.
Yeah. I think he'd probably good for a cup mate, though.
Yeah, I do think so, yeah.
But, yeah.
Depending on whether he gets a hole-in-one
top 20 kind of player, isn't it, really? Yeah. He's not going to be threatening, I don't think. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Sahith Theegala. Any consideration?
Not really.
No.
Not even looked at him for this one. He's not really that much in form, is he?
No. Just going off sort of course history, really. He had a 9th on his debut appearance. Yeah, he's losing strokes on approach actually regular basis, so we'll swiftly move on from Sahith.
Yeah.
Way down on the model.
Way down.
I think Jason Day appears to be over the hill, doesn't he?
Far away.
He's had opportunities in recent weeks and just not taking them.
Wonder what he's going to wear though.
Yeah, that's probably the most interesting thing about Jason Day this week. His attire.
Big Malb on top.
Some garish outfit last year, wasn't it?
Oh, shocking.
Matt Fitzpatrick, his new caddy, didn't do anything for him last week, did it?
He didn't, but he's putting his class in it.
Way down on the model in 83rd for me.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do anything, but I mean, he's a major champion, isn't he?
He is.
A manager changing football can do wonders, so can change do anything?
His only missed cut here was on his debut in 2014. Last 3 events, he's had 14th, the 10th, the 22nd. But
not bad for someone at 14.8 million monies.
He's never played this badly, though.
No.
I can't be picking him.
No, I can't. Sepp Stracker's one that we've looked at in the previous few weeks. But he's 24th on my model, and I see a lot of value in him now.
Yeah, he's 18th on mine, not completely out the running. Playing well this year.
He is,
isn't he?
I just think he's there and thereabouts every single week.
He's busy as well. He's played lots. He's only one missed cut in there, and quite a few starts and plenty of top 20s.
Yeah.
In fact, he's only been outside the top 20 twice, and that was a type 3 times. Sorry.
This is where the value is for me for Sepp Stracker.
He's made the 3 cuts in his 3 starts at the Masters as well. So maybe is it that he's done okay at Augusta and then he's kicked on again this year?
Yeah,
this could be a consideration. I don't think he's going to be very highly owned.
No, and I think he's going to go into my team. He's going to make it in place of Cam Smith.
Yeah,
famous last words, as we said, but
DJ.
I mean, he's coming into a bit of form, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
I can't say I've noticed.
He was way up there this week, wasn't
he? He's far and away down my model, so I'm not even looked at him. He's 27th this week in Miami, just middle of the road. Obviously, he gained strokes off the tee just because he's so long, but he even lost strokes this week. His approach plays, they're just generally all over pretty rough. Had a 5th in Singapore.
Yeah.
Penultimate start. On live, but
again, it's living it.
Yeah.
He should be doing better than that for a former.
And his last couple of Masters, he's missed 2 of the last 4 cuts at the Masters as well. So whilst he has got a green jacket, that's not good enough for me.
Nope, fair enough.
No way.
Sam Burns is not getting a pick this week. His form's not good enough. No. I don't see any value there for him.
I see more value on the next page.
Okay.
Let's move on.
P. Reed.
Page 3. We're probably the only two who find ourselves funny doing that every week. But you know what? We can do it every week.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed, former Masters winner.
He was, yeah.
He is. He always will be.
He always will be, yeah.
But the model says that he's not got any chance this week for me.
No.
Has he got any chance for you?
Yeah. He has. Yeah. He's not on the model, but for the eye test, you can't really, can you?
Obviously, his Masters form is pretty solid.
Yeah.
He missed a couple of cuts early on in his career here, but he seems to have found it since winning in 2018.
Yeah.
He has made every cut since with a 3-4 top 12s.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's definitely a consideration for me this week, Patrick. He's probably one of my least favourite players, to put it mildly.
His approach play and his putting tee to green.
Yeah.
He is gaining strokes relatively. It's a slow start to this season by the looks of it. Didn't do much on the Europe on DP World Tour when he was there in Bahrain. Like we fancied him heavily in Bahrain, and he absolutely bombed that finish 60th.
It is.
And then but seems to have gradually improved as the season's gone on.
Yeah.
And last 4 starts, he's had a 10th to 25th, the 2nd in the Asian International Series, and then 7th.
I think it is a solid pick, but for me, Maverick McNeely, I mentioned him last week and didn't pick him.
I'm not talking out of him this week, lad.
He's a solid top 10 player, isn't he? He's a top 10 every week. He literally finishes. He's so good.
Well, I mean, at the Players in the Arnold Palmer 3 and 4 starts ago, he missed the cut.
Yeah. Let's gloss over that one.
Don't let me swear.
You do? You
Yeah,
do
he's
say all the time.
He's got no Masters history, but he finished third last week at the Valero. He's finished second at the Genesis.
He's a strategist, though, isn't he? He's not long off the tee, but he's a good strategist. So around here, he's high on my model as well.
Not for me, but
Fair enough. You've taught me
there
how
you
to-
go. I'm not talking you out of it. Lad. Master Scott, former Master Scott. There you go.
That's what he was like, lad. That's what his post used to say.
Adam Scott, former Masters winner, over the hill now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Daniel Berger, can he continue his resurgence?
Maybe. Maybe not.
8th on the model for me.
Is he? Wow.
Very,
Oh, he's way down in my
very
model.
interesting. Yeah, apart from a couple of miscuts early doors at the Sony and at the Farmers, it's been relatively consistent. Second, 12th, 25th, 15th, 20th, gaining strokes all over the place. Like his approach play, everything, his entire game is solid.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he missed the cut in 2021. He's had a 50th in 2022. But prior to that, he's had 3 solid finishes. He's not been seen at the Masters for a couple of years because of his injury.
Yeah.
So
No.
can not rule him out. His current form and the fact that he has played well in the past suggests he could do well. He's not shot any sort of lights at Augusta.
No. Sergio Garcia.
I like him. I like his chances this week.
I do. I really do. I think he's.
My model says otherwise, but I disagree.
I completely disagree. I think Sergio is an absolute. His striking is unbelievable. He's playing well on live. He seems to be back to his former self. His putting is unbelievable. I saw him this weekend on live. He was holding from everywhere. Him and Mickelson were just ridiculous.
Yeah. His form's good on live, playing really well. His fireballs team, he's got them going.
He has,
and he's individually he's dragged them up. He's had a win.
Yeah.
He's had a 3rd. He's had a 4th. He's had a 6th in 2025.
Yeah.
Gained 8.7 strokes on approach in Miami this week. That shows you his ball striking game's back.
Yeah.
We haven't got the stats for the Asian International, but he's the last 2 events he's gained 14 and 11 strokes.
Unbelievable.
It's fucking nuts, isn't it?
Jesus.
So yeah, and obviously he's got a green jacket in his locker already. He's missed 5 of the last 6 cuts at the Masters.
I know. That's the issue, isn't it?
But he's not been playing this well for years.
No, he hasn't. He's never put it this well for me. Even when he was top of his game, he never put it this well.
So I think I'm probably going to say no to Sergio, but I do have I'm interested to see how he gets on this week off the back of some form. But you want safe cut makers, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
He's arguably not very safe.
No. The only other one on this page for me is Cam Young was up there, but I've not seen enough from this year to warrant a pick. And Aaron Rai, because he's been playing well.
In the fields.
That's it.
In the fields in Georgia. His debut appearance.
Yeah.
Dreams realised this week for the lad.
But again, you don't really see someone other than Fuzzy Zeller, as you mentioned before, winning the best time out there at the Masters.
No. But I mean, I think he can go well. He's got elite iron play, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like his iron play really, really helps him. So I think he could do well, but again, that's just too risky in this game.
Yeah.
Anyone else on the page?
Would you go near Brian Harman, given his exploits this week? I mean, he's a strategist, isn't he?
Yeah. It's the I saw after the fact that someone posted on X about how he was second on tour for that type of green.
Oh, yeah.
Like in terms of putting. So when you see something like that, it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But Obviously, didn't see it until after the fact.
No, I didn't.
This week, I can't be having him. He's missed the last 3 cuts at the Masters. And yeah, he's won the Open and he's won last week and then not done a great deal in between.
Yeah.
Like he's inconsistent. Some weeks he'll instruct in one area, the other weeks he'll lose it and gain. And yeah, I can't be having him. Not safe enough.
Let's be having you. What about Mr. Spawn?
Yeah, spawned his way into my team.
He spawned the PGA, but he spawned his way into your team.
Yeah. He's had 1 appearance at the Masters.
Yeah.
In 2022, finished 23rd. Obviously, he's in relatively good form this week. If one part of his game lets him down each week, but one consistent is his approach.
Yeah. He's
gained multiple strokes on every tournament this season. He's around the green. He's got game around the green. His putting's there. It's just a question of whether it can all come together. He had missed the cut at the Houston, so it's a bit of a. But he's had 2 seconds in his last 4 starts as well.
Yeah.
And I just think
wasn't the Houston straight after the Players?
It was a couple of weeks later. I think there was something in between.
For me, was he suffering that little bit of a hangover from the Players?
It's something we talk about on a weekly basis, isn't it? Yeah, when they have these top finishes in these big events, or they go on, or they get the first win or something like that, then they generally sort of seem to be having a bit of.
That was a psychological blow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What happened to him in the playoff? Jesus Christ! It might have took him a few weeks to bounce back, but he still got the game for it. Is what I'm saying. So
no eyes on him this week at all. No pressure on him whatsoever.
Yep.
Everyone's looking at the guys at the top, aren't they? So he may just be able to go about his business and take along.
There's definitely pressure though from the lads at Here We Golf. So come on, Mr. Spawn.
Yeah. So he's potential underdog consideration for me there.
Yeah, for me as well. Next page, Mr. Mickelson. The guy's rolling back the years, isn't he?
He is. Rolling back the years.
Holding back the years.
Holding back the years.
So Mickelson, for me, he could be an underdog pick because of the way he's playing at the moment. His chipping is still on point in it. Every time you see him, he hit the flag this week and popped in the water, which was very unlucky. He stiffed it from a cart path as well. Unbelievable. Yeah. Still showing a range of shots. He's not short either, and he's a strategist, and he's won it round here before three times. For me, I think he makes it in my team as the underdog. I really do.
No, I like his chances. My model says otherwise.
Don't believe it.
We just don't know how his form translates into this sort of field, do we?
No.
That's the caveat with all the live guys, really.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be picking any live.
Do you know?
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
But I'd say, so keep an eye on him. He ticks a few boxes. He's way down on the model, but he has been playing well lately. So.
Yeah, he has. What do you think of Laurie Cantor's chances? Do you think it's too big a field for him?
I think so. I mean, his approach play is good, isn't it? He's a
he's a class player. On the DFS World Tour, we've seen it a lot this season. That it is a massive step up in class when you're used to playing on the DP World Tour. So
yeah, just generally a good ball striker. He has got the potential to do well around here, but he's been losing strokes this year in putting, and that's not something you want to do. As well as not ever playing on the Augusta greens before. Yeah. That's not a good recipe for success.
No.
So do wish him well debut at the tournament, but not for me.
No, agreed. No one else for me on this except maybe McCarthy. Had a good week last week, didn't he?
Denny McCarthy down at 13 monies.
It's a nice cheap option if you need to pack out your team.
Again, it's midway down on the model for me. Not really considered him, but he does gain strokes on approach and putting. So potential one. visit to Augusta before and last year finished 45th.
Maybe not then.
It's just not a very exciting pick. It's just a bit meh.
Yeah.
Who is overpriced? Max Homer.
Yeah.
Jesus, how his games fell off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Off the cliff.
Just disastrous week after disastrous week for him, isn't it?
Yeah. He's ever since he won at.
He should be the lowest paid player in the bloody field.
Yeah.
Should be cheaper than Langer.
And I was way up in my model.
You learned your Harrington lesson, surely.
No.
No.
Not yet. There's still time. Are we done for that page, or are you still?
Yeah, don't have a huge interest on that page, to be honest.
No.
Michael Kim's high up on the model.
Yeah. I don't rate him this week due to the fact that his form's not been great, but he's also
played here once in 2019 and missed the cup.
Yeah.
He's had a good start to the season, but the last couple of weeks since there's been a lot of eyes on him, it's kind of dropped off a little bit, hasn't it?
Someone from this page though, 5'6", 4, 5, 6 will do really well. I can see it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
About Chris Kirk.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of Chris Kirk. Yeah, no, I don't have any. I say because I've managed to sort of build a team, relatively decent team with Spawn as my underdog. Well, I think it's decent. Probably not. I've not got much of an interest down here, really.
I want your thoughts on
on the spot here now, lad.
Danny Willett,
Rubbish.
former champion.
Rubbish.
I don't know. I think he's got a chance. I genuinely think he'll be in the top 20.
You have to tell me why, because I don't have any
course knowledge.
I can't agree with you. Yep.
He's coming into form.
Based on what?
From his past few outings.
Do you want me to read his past few outings?
Yeah. Please do.
Cut, 45th, 47th, cut.
That's not too bad.
That's shite.
It's not. 45th and 47th is respectable.
It's
considering.
Not. It's
and
not.
then we've got tied for 9th, tied for 21st, and tied for 42nd. That's not
another cut in between. Yeah. And 3. No,
he's just a bit inconsistent. But for me, I think he's showing it round. You don't win the Masters being a bad player, dear.
He got lucky. The Masters.
He got lucky, yeah.
He's probably the worst Masters winner we've had. Sorry, Danny, lad.
I know. we actually sat next to Danny Willett in the jigger, weren't we?
The jigger in, we were.
And it was crazy to be sat next to a Masters champion, and that wasn't Rory.
Yeah, sat next to multiple Masters champions, isn't it?
Yeah, Pablo.
Not a Masters champion.
Masters champion.
Speaking of Masters champion, Bubba Watson. Any thoughts? No.
He fell off a cliff. I think he shot 23 over this week, didn't he?
See Max Homer down at the bottom.
Yeah. Charles Schwartzlow. For the price, Brian Campbell for me.
He pops up every week for you, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's a strategist. He's not a long player. He's a right strategist. I don't think he's going to win at all. But you never know.
I'd like to see how Nico Echeverria gets on this week.
Yeah, he's good pick.
Playing well this season.
Have you got anyone on the last page?
Not there for me.
Angel Cabrera. He's coming off a win. Previous winner. Been thinking about this round for the last 4 years in prison, or how long he was in there for.
He is not on my page. What price is it?
12 monies. I think it should be 10 monies, to be fair. Down there with Mike Weir.
He's not on my page, mate.
Is he not?
That's Rafa Cabrera Bale.
Nope.
Is he there?
Yeah.
Under Campos? I don't have him. That's weird, isn't it? Oh,
You've got Cabrera Bale and I've got Cabrera.
Oh, they must have. wonder if I refresh this of the
I wonder whether
updating.
Cabrera Bello's even playing.
He won't be in this.
Not a chance.
He's played garbage for years now.
He's not a former champion.
Oh, so they must have updated it. it's like Cabrera Bello.
That's technology for you.
Yeah, a few legends on this page, isn't there? Freddie Couples,
Yeah.
Jose Olazábal.
Can you call Angel Cabrera a legend anymore?
I didn't say his name, no.
I'm just wondering.
No. Bit of a prick, isn't he?
Based on our research of what he's actually got up to, yeah, not good.
Yeah, no,
not
bad
good
man.
at all.
Bad man.
Bad man.
There's nothing but missed puts and lip outs on.
Yeah, not good. VJ Singh still on his drive. VJ Singh on the Champions Tour.
Senior Tour, yeah. Langer as well.
I won't be
Langer's last ever Masters.
Oh, be nice to put him in the team, wouldn't it?
It would.
But we're not going to, are we?
Why not?
Because the model dictates that he's going to win.
He's
the
best value player.
14th on the model.
Yeah.
And his projected points is 8th. What's that?
I don't. Yeah, he's.
But he's literally looks
He's
like
too
he's
old.
just sat up out the grave on his photo.
Brutal, lad.
Look.
Brutal. The longevity the gentleman's had. Show him a bit of respect.
His last.
He is a legend of the game of golf.
No, I agree. I fully agree. I couldn't.
Look how far you've got to scroll down for his Masters record. 1982. How many Masters events has he had?
3 cuts in a row, though.
Absolutely brutal. He gained strokes around the green here last year in 2023.
Well, he didn't get enough. To be fair, do you remember 2020 when he came 29th? That was unbelievable, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was set up to win it that year. He wasn't handed through like Danny Willett that year. But
his putter was hot that year.
I mean, to be fair, 18, 19 and 20, he's had really good results. So, I mean, it's definitely not. I wouldn't say he's out of it. I think he'll make the cut.
You think he's going to make the cut?
Yeah. He's only 94.
He's just gone from absolute. He's gone from absolutely battering him to like guaranteed cup maker there for you.
It's all banter. It's all banter. He's not making it in my team.
He's not.
I think it'd be lovely too, and it'd nice to see him win. But Christ, I think Padraig Harrington is still weighing on my mind very heavily. So no, not for me.
Glad you've seen sense, lad.
Again, watch him win it now.
Okay, so that's a brief sort. I say brief. We've waffled on a bit there, like, but that's a rundown of all the sort of considerations for us from the most of the field.
Yeah.
For the Masters, we gonna pick a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another joint one again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it. This is the bite-sized section of the FanTeam podcast where Jay and I will pick a team based on our discussion in the main FanTeam episode, where we've highlighted players that we consider for the week to be good picks and good value. So we're going to run through a team now. We're going to put together, see how it gets on this week.
So, page 1 is literally a who's who, and we've got to be in agreement there. If it's either we leave out the top 2 and we go for Morikawa.
Well, we didn't like their value, did we?
No. Well,
I
think Rory's going to win.
Who's your highest priced sort of consideration?
Rory.
Oh, okay.
Only because I've predicted it for weeks. I can't knock him this week.
Let's throw him in and then let's see what other team fits around him.
Okay.
Throw Rory in there. Underdog pick. Bernard Langer.
It's got to be Mickelson for me.
You think?
Mickelson or JJ Spawn?
Yeah, I think Spawn's probably a more reliable shout at only 0.2 monies more.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can see what we can fit in between. If we need to come down, we can come down to Mickelson or what have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, JJ Spawn in at the minute. What, any other thoughts there?
I don't think we can fit anyone for the first page in, do you? Maybe.
I don't know. I
Maybe
think
Xander
I
or
like
just
Xander.
Thomas, maybe.
Heavier on Xander than I am Thomas, just because of his major record.
I know, his injury's just a bit concerning, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he showed enough last week though.
Yeah, he did, yeah. Maybe he's fully fit there, I don't know.
Let's throw him in for now. We can drop him down if we need to.
Yeah.
Half the team, 44.8 money spent, but the prices do start sort of dropping off now, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Page 2, you said you were high on Henley.
I've had a change of heart with that.
Yeah. Bob Mack.
Yeah, definitely Bob Mack.
Bob Mack in this week.
I think there's more value for me in Spawn and Mickelson than maybe Henley and either Minwoo Lee or just when you talk through the stats, I think it gets your mind so much clearer than when you're just looking at it yourself. And
yeah, you can play it just for fun and casually pick a team, but then you just get so much better understanding when you see who's performing well and why they're performing well and stuff. 100%. So at the minute we've got in McIlroy, Spawn, Schauffele, and Bob Mack. We've got 28.8 money left.
We're looking at what, 14 or
14 something like that.
It's a shame. Well, Seb Straka could make it in the team, and maybe JJ Spawn.
We've got 15.2. That brings us down to 13.6. So we can.
Then he wouldn't be the underdog, would he?
Spawn. That's a tie for Spawn, isn't it? The 13.6.
So if you chose, you could get Mickelson in there, but
Mickelson becomes your underdog then.
Yeah. Or we could take Sepp Straka out and put in.
I do like Straka's chances, and he's going to be really lonely on this week. I think we should lean on him. Yeah.
How much have we got left?
13.6. 13.6.
No one really, other than I don't want to go on, and he's not really done anything for a while, has he? So
no, I don't want to go lower than Spawn.
No, I agree.
I think the credentials of them are strong enough that far down.
I mean, the only other thing is we put Justin Thomas in instead of Schauffele and put Sergio in.
So, Schauffele out, Thomas in. That doesn't get us up to Garcia.
I don't know.
0.4 so short still. I prefer Schauffele over Thomas, just because Thomas has got bad rounds in him, whereas Schauffele is more consistent.
Do we just go with?
We're 0.6 shy with Garcia there.
Do we just go with Aaron Ryan?
I can't pick a first timer.
What about Brian Harman? He's not going to go back to back, but he's still in form, and he hasn't won last week.
Yeah, but what do we say about people who won the week before? He's not going to. He's going to shit the bed. I think.
How about taking McIlroy out, putting Morikawa in, and then we've got so much more to choose from.
0.6 now to move around with Garcia, so that puts us back on 14.8 monies.
Patrick Reed, you've got
I prefer Patrick Reed.
Definitely,
I think, or Daniel Berger for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Any preference of them two?
I think, given what you said before about Berger. I don't think I'm going to go with Reed anymore.
No. Well, Reed's nowhere to be seen on my model. It's just a pure sort of eye test and feel pick, whereas Berger's 8th on the model. Yeah. Stats say it suits him. Strokes gained, par 4, 18th, par 5, 40th. It's not ideal, actually. Bogey avoidance, 19th. Green and reg, 23rd. Shot around the green, last 36, 10th. Putting last 24, 20th. It's okay. Collectively, it brings him up, but
Again, this is only stats. Anything can happen this week. The adrenaline's going to be flying. Oh, yeah.
Who can we get in for this last player, lad?
I think Berger.
Gonna go with Berger.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Still 0.6 in the bank. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here we go. FanTeam. Team this week looks like JJ Spawn underdog, Sergio Garcia, Sepp Stracker, Bob Mack, Xander Schauffele, and Colin Morikawa.
I like it. Well,
we like the last week.
Missed the cut, aren't we?
Yeah, that was a team last week and it failed miserably. So
yeah.
There you go. That was the bite-sized section of the FanTeam podcast. Anything else to add?
Not really, no. I think looking forward to it. We're going to be doing a live stream watching the Masters, so come and watch it along with us. Also,
fingers crossed the tech. Come on, the tech.
Yeah, the tech's, to be honest, we're trying a new little thing today, and it seems to be going okay. Touch wood. But yeah, come and watch it with us. Also, click our link, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the Masters this week, guys. It's going to be a good one.
Well, lots of engagement this week. Let us know in the comments who you're picking, who's your Masters winner, and who your FanTeam considerations. And yeah, good luck. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. Here we Masters. Georgia on my mind. Let's go. That keeps Georgia on my mind. That keeps Georgia